John Wick fights are known for Keanu doing most of it and for being long takes and big wide lenses, and it has a very specific style. And I wanted to honor that style. I didn't want it to become this cutty, edity, shaky cam, something suddenly different. I wanted to really live in that John Wick world. And to do that, you had to have Keanu Reeves doing the stuff. I mean, I love working with Chad because he wants to do it. It's not that he just wants to do it cool. He wants to see something that he would want to go to the movies and see. My job is just to bring him as much stuff as I can. And, at one point we had lots of fire involved and we were going to do this whole other thing. And, and it's just an evolution. And to figure out how to stitch it all together and, to do marry the choreography with the camera move and the timing and the fire and the dog and, I mean, at one point we get, as you see, as we all see in the movie, there's a guy on fire that ends with a shot with a dog and he gets a shot and then it's just, you're just like, wow, when at the end of that take, I was like, wow, there's a lot happening in that thing. I had the distinct pleasure of doing 3 movies in a row with Mr. Reeves. So, and me being of similar age, I think we kind of can relate in that, that aspect of it and the physical toll that it takes on him. And it's impressive. We had to create a sequence where we tore all the doors off and lost the windshield, and it couldn't just get in a car with no doors and no windshield. So we created a sequence to tell that story. And I was like, yeah, they're going to shoot at him, and I want him to drop down below the the firewall and behind the dashboard and drive and slide the car, kind of pitch it, slide it sideways, and maybe hit some guys with a car. And he goes, oh, it'd be cool if he reached down and picked up the gun. And I was like, can we do that? And so, him and I worked it out with him doing it first. And all the different, we had to give, a way to see where the gun was. And one wheel had to go over the gun. And we put it all together and figured out that it was possible. And then we told Keanu, hey, we're going to do this thing. And then you're going to pick up a gun. And he was kind of like, what? And, so every training session would either start with or end with him working on that part. You had to figure out how to get him there, get him just emotionally, physically, mentally, get him prepared to do this thing. And then, how do you protect them? You have to stop them above the ground, and Keanu's character keeps falling, so you don't have them on stage where people are right next to them. They're out in the middle between these 2 buildings. You can't get to them. And so you had to design it all that puts their bodies in the right position, and you had to protect them.